Welcome to the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom podcast with Jacob Ayers, providing actionable content to help you along your journey to financial freedom through real estate investing. As the premier asset class, real estate has helped ordinary people just like you amass fortunes. The benefits of passive income from real estate investing will allow you to live a life you want. And now your host, entrepreneur, real estate investor, and apartment deal syndicator, Jacob Ayers.
Hi, and welcome to the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom podcast, episode 257. Hi, I'm your host, Jacob Ayers. Welcome back to another great episode of Friday Fundamentals. This week's Friday Fundamental is your tribe. Now, this Friday Fundamental is inspired by a recent book I read titled Tribe of Millionaires. What if one choice could change everything? Written by New York Times best-selling authors David Osborne and Pat Hyben with Mike McCarthy and Tim Rode. Now, co-author Mike McCarthy is going to be joining us in an upcoming episode, so I'm super excited to have him on and talk about this book in more detail. But I wanted to touch on one of the topics of this book around your tribe. So, your tribe is who you spend most of your time with. Your circle of friends, family, co-workers, peers, etc. These people aren't necessarily the closest relationships you may have, but rather specifically those you spend the most time with. If you work a 40-hour per week job, then you spend approximately 1/4 of your life at work. Depressing to think about, I know, but chances are you're spending quite a bit of time with those you work with. Then you have friends, family, and likely your significant other. Now, Jim Rohn famously said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." So take a minute and think about the 5 people you spend your time with. List each person. If you're driving, then do this later and think of them instead. Give some thought to each person and ask yourself some of the following questions. Who are they? What do they do for a living? What is their general socioeconomic status? How healthy are they? How happy do they seem? Are they a positive or negative person? Do they continue to grow, or are they a bit stagnant? Do they live life abundantly or scarcely? These are just a few cues you can use to determine the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Then ask yourself the same questions about you. Chances are you are very similar to these 5 people. Now, is that a coincidence? Are you similar because you spend time together? Or do you spend time together because you are similar? It's a bit of a chicken and egg question, I know. Now, what's this all about? Why does it matter who you spend your time with, you might be wondering. Now, in Tribe of Millionaires, this is a fictional story about the character Ethan, whose dad passed away and had this tribe of millionaires. Well, after Ethan's dad passed, Simon, the executor of Ethan's dad's estate, explains to Ethan the importance of who you surround yourself with by saying, "We tend to feel like we make conscious decisions about our lives. We make decisions, we take action, we get results, we shape our destinies. What we don't realize is that subconsciously, there are powerful forces at work that affect how we think and act. We're being subtly shaped by the world around us all the time." So we think we are in control of our future, but we don't realize just how important our environment is. Part of our environment is our tribe. Your tribe has a huge impact on your life, from shaping your thoughts, to guiding your actions, and much more. People come and go in your life like an ebb and flow of influence. If who you surround yourself with is as important as Jim Rohn and so many others say, then being intentional about your tribe would only make sense. You can create and control your environment in many aspects. Growing your tribe is one of the most impactful ways you can create your environment. Let's look at some ways how. 1, network with people who are doing what it is you want or where you want to be. These can be meetup groups, conferences, mastermind groups, accountability groups, just getting together with friends or peers or industry professionals or whoever that may be. 2, seek out people online and learn from them. The great thing is you don't have to personally know Warren Buffett to learn from him. You don't have to be pals with Ken McElroy to replicate his success as a multifamily investor. But by following people online and learning from them, you are elevating your mindset, your actions, and ultimately your results, shaping the environment around you. 3, grow new relationships. Your tribe will change over time. People will come and go. With that comes the opportunity to develop new relationships with other people. And 4, contribute to your tribe. In a traditional tribe, each member has a role. When each person is playing their part, the tribe functions like a well-oiled machine. When someone starts slacking, it pulls down the entire tribe. The same is true with you and your tribe. You have so much to offer, so be sure to bring value to your tribe where you can. Now, in a couple weeks, when we have Mike McCarthy on the podcast, we'll jump into more detail, but there are 6 effects in Tribe of Millionaires I just want to briefly state. 1 is the influence effect. Your destiny is shaped by those around you. 2, the multiplier effect. The right group of people compounds your efforts. And 3, the accountability effect. Responsibility to others is the world's most powerful force. 4, the authenticity effect. You find your true self among those you trust. 5, the purpose effect. The right people reveal your richest source of power. And 6, the connection effect. Your life will be measured by the quality of your relationships. These are the 6 effects that make up the Tribe of Millionaires. If you haven't yet read this book, I'd highly recommend you go pick it up. We'll dive more in detail with Mike in a couple weeks when we have him on the podcast. But moral of the story is you have a tribe. You have a group of people you spend the most time with. Audit that tribe, figure out who it is you're spending your time with. Ask yourself, do those people help you become a better person or do they drag you down? By surrounding yourself with the right people, helping bring them up, bringing value to them where you can, and learning from them, you will go so much further. So go out there and continue to build your tribe each and every day. Well, that wraps up this week's Friday Fundamental. Hey, I hope you're getting value from this podcast. If you like what you heard, please go over and leave a rating and review on whichever platform you're listening on. As always, for more information, resources, and to connect with me, you can do so at www.jacobayers.com. Till next week, engineer the lifestyle you want.
You've been listening to the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom podcast, providing you actionable content to build your real estate empire. Nothing on this show should be considered specific, personal, or professional advice. Please consult an appropriate tax, legal, real estate, financial, or business professional for personal advice. The opinions of guests are their own. Information is not guaranteed. All investment strategies have a potential for profit or loss. The host is operating on behalf of the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom, LLC, exclusively.